Hey, I'm Paul.
Hey, I'm Tim.
We're Tall Heights. I play cello and sing. Tim plays guitar and he sings. This is our van, the Spirit of Beverly. Trailer does not have a name because we hate it.
The trailer was sold to us by a scumbag.
Yeah. Total.
But this is the Spirit of Beverly. We call it the Spirit usually, but you could also call it the SOB. She doesn't deserve that though. She's very reliable and wonderful.
Yeah.
We love we love her with all of our heart.
We are out here. We're kind of just finishing up a full lap of the country, promoting our new record, Juniors. It's our first tour back since COVID, and it's been amazing.
Back home.
Our driving system has been pretty egalitarian. I mean, strictly egalitarian. It's changed a little bit on this tour, but we got this van built because we did a bus chasing tour, and we rented a van like this, and we found that we were just driving through the night all the time, and the bunks were absolutely crucial. So we were just like doing 3-hour shifts max, and then if you're not driving, you're sleeping. And so we got this van built, and we just stuck with that system.
The vehicle we had before this was a minivan, and we started really picking up steam in the touring world. We were the opening act on a lot of different tours, and it just became so necessary to be in a situation where we could spread out and move our bodies. And honest to God, I think if we didn't have the Spirit, the band would have broken up and we wouldn't love each other like we still do.
I honestly believe that too. It's like we couldn't really justify the cost at the time, but it felt like an absolute necessity.
We have discovered through the Spirit bringing different cast and crews out, Paul and I obviously being the most constant members, and also our drummer Paul Dumas, HPD. We've discovered that actually we don't listen to a lot of music. Like people have said to us, like, you guys are gonna like listen to an album or something, but typically what happens here, there's like one person up here driving, maybe somebody in the passenger seat. If it's a daytime drive, somebody might be in the passenger seat doing some work on a computer or something, and then back there is where the fun and games occur. Looking at phones, reading sometimes, sleeping, a lot of sleeping on the road. Because of our vehicular situation, we've been able to route some pretty insane tours around the country, and so
like right now this is show 7 in a row of 8, and the first one was in Austin, and so we're probably averaging 7 hours of driving a day, and we're loading out of venues at 1 a.m. We got to be there by 2 p.m. And so that means if we didn't have this van, we're going to a hotel for 2 hours and then getting up at 4 and starting driving or something.
So the life as we know it in the Spirit is actually very much about rest and relaxation and recharging and re-energizing yourself, keeping yourself well. That has been a real focus on this tour. Because we've first tour back after 2 years wearing a mask the whole time. Surprise, surprise, we all got the common cold, and it just ripped through the van. And so we're all still trying to get back to 100%, and it's not easy to do when you are keeping a schedule, as Paul just defined. So the driving typically, we try to take shifts. Our tour manager, Devin, has been doing a lot on this tour to try to keep the band healthy, and we really do appreciate that. But man, we've done some insane things in this van. The most famous story is when a tour of ours ended in Alberta, Canada, which is 40 hours of driving from home. But when you
more
50 hours of driving from home, and it was just 3 of us hauling ass home from that tour, and it ended up being about 70 hours of driving straight. And we didn't stop. We only stopped to fuel, get some food, and we didn't get a hotel room along the way. We were taking 3-hour driving shifts, 6-hour sleeping shifts, and it was just a rolling thing where your schedule starts to exist irregardless of the 24-hour you know,
There's
lap.
no circadian rhythm.
Yeah. So whenever it's time for you to sleep your 6 hours, you get back there and you try to do that. And then when it's time for you to drive your 3, you do what you got to do to drive your 3, and we just held that for 70 hours straight. And it felt a lot like a NASA mission to the moon. Is what it felt like. This is the living room.
So, yeah, when we first got this van, we were, it was like delivered to us in the middle of a tour. These captain chairs weren't even here. We had 6 people in this thing, and we just, we were flying by the seat of our pants. These chairs have become definitely a lovely spot. They're closer together than you'd like, but it does kind of mean you can use one as a footrest.
Yeah, this bench here has some storage underneath. We've got a lock so that when we're running into like a coffee shop or whatever, we can just like lock our laptops, slow down the motherfucker who's gonna steal our shit. So this is some good storage. A lot of disc golf discs, extra cables. Of course, the Theragun.
PK down there.
You want to pull out the Theragun? Give it a go.
Sure. Pull out our favorite hot sauce.
Oh yeah, this is us like stocking up. This stuff is in San Rafael, California. Soul food. It's Puerto Rican cuisine, and whenever we're out there, we stock up so that we can have a good stock at home. I'll go. Oh yeah. Woo! So thanks, bro.
Yeah. We got some portraits of our pets on the wall here. This is Tim's dog, Copper. That's my cat, Rosie. And that's our drummer, Paul's dog, Nugget.
Shout out to Leah Nelson, superfan, who made these happen. And she gifted them to us. Always trying to make it smell good in the spirit. Got the Palo Santo.
So we were trying to get this van acquired and built out in time for the release of our last record, Pretty Colors, and man, it got really tight. These vans, it's hard to get extended sprinters these days. They ship over from Germany in pieces, and so yeah, just incredible amount of logistics. But basically, we got it out to our friends who have a company called Yeti Bus. They're building out vans, and they did a great job, as you can see. But basically, this was a cargo shell, and
no windows, no walls,
no seats, no insulated floor either, no insulated walls, and they did everything. We had some experience with the rental vans, so we knew a little bit of what we wanted, but it was a lot of quick decisions. So there's also solar on the roof, and that powers the LEDs, the fridge, and AC power for laptops and such, which is just a wonderful feature for crushing hours.
They blew insulation into the walls so that you can so that it will hold the heat, or keep the heat out or whatever, which I think is a must because we will sleep somebody in here every night on the road for security's sake, and then we'll sleep everybody else in like a hotel room or at a friend's house or something.
So yeah, a lot of pics from along the road, different touring party members who are with or without us.
If you're wondering how long we've known each other,
yeah, a couple years.
Wow.
Tim's baby, my baby, and then yeah, up here we got some wellness, some moisturizers, and our collection of hot sauces.
Aardvark, love the Aardvark.
A few books to make us look intellectual. And
we got this whole thing. I know what to do with this here. I studied the film.
Wow, it's meta. So then, if we head towards the stern, if you will, we've got our fridge behind this captain's chair for you. Yeah, so nice for bringing Ryder out from the venue. It is very low draw, and you can set it to sort of like draw even less on the battery, so it'll shut off if we're running low on solar. I the folks who built this out had these in their vans, and they recommended it, and we just went with it. So it's been incredible. Coat and sort of like show glove storage. We've got some laptop storage back here, just designed with the best of intentions, not all that practical in our life these days. This little power actually has a little cavity behind it. If we're crossing into a state that's not very friendly, and there's some things you don't want out on display, it's a nice little storage area.
So yeah, we got the big couch up there that transforms into a sleeping surface, and then back here is 4 more bunks. We've actually started to use on this tour. We're using this bunk as like a backpack storage.
This one is really skinny, and so I'm kind of the only one who sleeps up there because I don't tend to roll. We have had a few incidents of folks rolling out of there, but they've never really. I would say it's always been their fault. I think.
Yeah,
no one's ever been sober and rolled out of that bunk.
Yeah, it's usually an issue of sobriety.
Yeah, but they really are comfy mattresses. It's good sleeping. I mean, especially if the thing is parked, we're not bumping all around. But we've grown very, very good at just sleeping through the bumps and the weather.
The bottom bunks, are the choicest of choices. This is my favorite one, but the reality is that nobody has one bunk except for maybe Paul, who's kind of like taking this. He's a tree cat.
I'm a tree cat.
Tree cat.
And then we've got solar-powered vent up top, which is amazing for warmer weather sleeping. You can just set that thing to exhaust and then crack the windows, and you've got this amazing breeze just cooking through the van. You're not like waking up all sweaty.
Yeah, I mean those are some of our favorite memories out here in the Spirit. Is driving, into the night, finding a spot to crash. Opening the windows, letting the exhaust vent just pull fresh air through the sleeping chamber, and then waking up in the morning and seeing like a mountain that we accidentally parked next to.
Yeah, right. Sometimes it's like it's just a truck stop kind of thing, but a lot of times if we're not super tight on time, we can find like RV parks or just like campsites that'll let us park, and those are amazing times.
This here is the wrench that we keep next to the bunks for when you're sleeping at night. If some piece of shit decides to try to steal something from our trailer, one of us skinny dudes will come out and be like, "Hey, stop!" and hopefully that'll work. It might not though. And then what would really suck? There are 2 scenarios we were just talking through that would suck. One, the van gets robbed and you don't wake up for it. So then you slept out here with the purpose of keeping the van and trailer safe, and you failed because you slept through it. The other demoralizing option is you go out there with the wrench, get the shit kicked out of you, and then they still take all your stuff.
Yeah.
That would suck too.
Yeah. That's
Those are the 2 nightmare scenarios. Thank you all so much for joining us for a tour of the Spirit. We love her. I hope you love her too.
Mm-hmm. And props to our friends Yeti Bus for building this van out. We are on the road right now with our record Juniors. You can follow us on socials. Our tour dates and everything else is at tallheights.com.